Welcome, Amit sir, as speaker
Thank
for
you.
today's session. It's my honor to welcome Dr. Amit Ganatra as speaker for today's session. As we all know, today is the last day of our STTP. Dr. Amit Gandara has more than 18 years of teaching experience. Currently, he is working as Faculty Dean, Faculty of Technology and Engineering at Chaucer, Gujarat. He is the principal of Devang Patel Institute of Advanced Technology and Research, Gujarat. His research interest includes data mining, cloud computing, artificial intelligence, machine learning, and soft computing. He has supervised over 100 industry projects and supervised over 60 dissertations, several PhD research scholars, and has participated in and developed over 5 consultancy projects also. He has published more than 89 research papers in journal and conferences proceedings. He has received grant for projects from MHRD, CSI, GUC, COST, etc. It's a great privilege to welcome such a nice speaker for this session. Welcome you, sir, and over to you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. So, good morning, everybody. So, today we'll be exploring your domain with our technology, right? So, it is the right mixture. So, our AI and machine learning, how it can help in communication, specifically to 5G. So, we are very late in realizing this 5G. As I visited Hong Kong before 2 years, Singapore last year, and in Ma- Maldives also, right? So, I have already seen and worked with 5G. I have witnessed and realized the speed and moving from 100 Mbps to 100 Gbps network, and how fast it is to download, how fast it is to transfer the data. So you can't imagine, there is no waiting time, there is no buffering. Okay, so I think we are going to realize this 5G technology very soon, and you will definitely going to witness all this what I have already seen for a week stay during all these countries. So once again, I welcome and thank you, management and all the teachers, professors for giving me the opportunity to interact with all of you. So I'll be exploring one tool also today, Orange Canvas, which is very good tool for machine learning data analytics. So last half an hour we'll be exploring, or last 15 to 20 minutes, we are going to explore in learning this Orange Canvas tool. So you can take any of your data in whatever format, whether it is in SQL, CSV file, XLS file, table format, tab format, and here you can perform all kind of analytics, visualization, right? All kind of analytics. When I say the processing is always done by artificial intelligence and machine learning, right? So this tool will be definitely helpful as it is a freeware. You can straight away go to Google and download, and you can work with your data. So it will be definitely helpful for all of you in your daily routine activities also, right? So let me start the presentation. So, may I know how many of you are from this AI machine learning, or have you ever studied, or do you have any background to AI and machine learning? I want quick feedback. How many of you work with any of the tool, or you have a background which are related to AI and machine learning?
You may write your answers in the chat box as per the questions of sir.
Please make this session interactive and interesting. If you can speak up, then it is well and good. So if you can quickly give your feedback. If it is not, then we'll go in detail, right? Because foundation is most important, and later on you can pick anything on that. That's why I'm saying. So if you don't have any background, we'll go into detail and understand. That's why I'm saying. Otherwise, I'll move fast related to this foundation of the subject. So if you can speak up quickly, then it is well and good.
Write in the chat box like little bit sir, no
Okay,
sir.
so no
Yes.
problem, no problem. So I think I should go. Okay, so all of you are aware that everybody is talking about AI and machine learning today, right? And not a single field is untouched. So why people are talking about AI and machine learning nowadays? Because the environment is favorable, right? Now the awareness is there, use cases are there, people are ready to invest. The topic which you have given is the biggest reason, like 5G communication technology, right? So your data transfer rate, or the speed at which you can transfer the data, will increase very fast. Right now also with 4G, we are realizing all that. So our capacity to acquire, to store, and to disseminate data has been increased. This is only possible because of this evolution in technology which has happened from 4G to 5G now, and all this evolution which has happened in a hardware. Like you can consider the cloud computing, grid computing, cluster computing. Okay, and you have a very high-end processors like GPU, TPU. The advancement in subject itself, you can see that from AI to machine learning to deep learning. So these all things have made possible in today's scenario. Okay, so the environment is favorable, and that's why we have to study. We must know about AI and machine learning. Okay, irrespective of any of the field. So wherever you have a data, okay, and if you want to get the insight from the data, whenever you have a data, you want to convert this volume into value. Okay, so the actual processing, you talk about data science or data analytics, where you are taking the data, you are pre-processing, make it quality, and then you are doing the analytics. So this analytics or getting insight or converting volume into value, this all is done by this machine learning algorithm. Okay, which is a subset of artificial intelligence. So we'll be exploring all that. What is AI? What is machine learning? What is deep learning? And how this is actually related with your communication system and communication technology. So everybody's learning style is different, right? All of you are aware. These are the certain well-known definitions which are given by the various authors regarding learning. But everybody has a one learning algorithm which is fit in their mind. Okay, somebody is learning by observation, somebody is learning by watching video, somebody is learning by reading a book. So everybody's learning style is different. Okay, and learning means what? Whenever you observe changes in your mind. Okay, so same way, if there is a system, how do I believe that system has learned? So if I can see there are changes, okay, and I was conducting the task, and I am conducting a task now, the same task I am repeatedly conducting. So I have observed the efficiency and accuracy both have been increased in performing similar kind of task repeatedly if I am performing. Okay, so learning is similar way. Okay, when you have a change in your mindset, okay, and when you are having experiential knowledge, and if you are repeatedly doing same task again and again, it is expected that you can finish that task with more efficiency and with more accuracy today than what you were doing in the past. For example, this is my lecture which I am delivering on AI and machine learning. So many lectures have been delivered in last 20 years, right? And so many workshops, so many. So now the content what I'm going to take, I'm going to finish today. Previously, it was taking around 2 hours. Now it may take around 90 minutes or even less than that. So it is called learning. Okay. So these all are the definition. You can see that you can make useful changes in your mind, or you can construct and modify the representation of what is being experienced. So based on your experience, if you can construct or reconstruct or modify the way you are presenting from the way you were presenting. Okay. So learning is very important. All of you are aware. We all are lifelong learners. Okay, and without learning, relearning, unlearning, okay, nothing is going to happen. So same way we expect machine should also learn. The way we are learning and adapting, we expect the machine should also learn and adapt, and they should not commit the mistake which they have committed in the past. And this is what we have to study in this subject. So this is what is architecture of learning system. You can see that there are always a performance standard and perceptions. Okay, there are critics which always give the feedback, and there is a learning element. Okay, so this learning element here, you have to make the changes, and there is a performance element. So this is based on learning, based on the changes, your performance is going to enhance. Okay, so there is a changes, and based on that, this performance element is going to recognize. Based on that, you are going to generate a new knowledge. Okay, and again, you can see that based on that, your learning goals are. So there's a loop between this learning element, problem generator, and the performance element. So based on that, you can set new goal. Again, you can check the performance. Again, your knowledge is going to be enhanced. Okay, make the changes, whatever it is, and then based on that, you can take the actions which is reflected in the environment. So this is what is the architecture of learning system. Okay, always we have to get the feedback from the critics, which may come from the environment. There is a learning element which denote the changes. It is reflected through your performance element, and based on that, you are going to have experiential knowledge. And then, based on that, whatever new problems are there, set your goal, and again, you can check whether the performance has been enhanced or not. So, this, if you are going to do repeatedly, you can see there is a loop, and it is expected that your knowledge is going to enhance, and based on that, you are going to make the changes. So, you can take better actions. You can finish that task more efficiently and accurately. So this is exactly what we have to see inside computer, right? In terms of application building or system or software, whatever you are calling.
Excuse
This
me.
is, yes.
So how we can find that any problem can be solved with learning system? As till now we are using the traditional software
Yes,
like
yes.
MATLAB.
Madam,
So
this is
is it
automation. How?
possible that every
Ah,
problem is it possible
names.
that every problem can be solved with learning system, or we have some criteria that this problem is solved with learning system, otherwise not, or we are using the hit and trial system ki let's see ki this problem can be solved with learning or not, otherwise we go again with the traditional systems.
Correct. Okay. So if there are algorithm which exist, okay, there is a foolproof procedure if it is there, and if you can follow without applying any intelligence, then there is no need to go for AI, machine learning, and deep learning.
Yes,
Please
sir.
remember, here we have to learn from data without doing any kind of coding. Okay. So this is
Okay,
what I am going to explain. So please understand there is a difference between the problems where you can apply the traditional solution and the problems where you can apply the solutions based on AI.
okay, sir.
So here you require intelligence. Okay. Here you have to make the things automated. This
Okay,
is
sir.
where learning is involved. Okay.
Okay,
And here
okay,
no procedures are aware, no algorithms are existing. So based on your intelligence, you can have the system which is better than the other person who has developed according to his or her intelligence.
okay, sir.
Okay. So the way we are improving our IQ, yes or no? Every day we learn, and based
Yes,
on that,
yes.
our IQ and experience and everything is. So, are you the same person like day before yesterday, yesterday, and before 1 year? Am I the
No,
same person right now interacting with you like yesterday, day before yesterday, 1 week, one
no,
month, one?
no,
Of course,
sir.
no.
Huh.
Okay. So, if you have a well-proof procedure algorithm, they are never going to learn. They are just going to perform repeatedly same task with same efficiency, same accuracy, the way you program. So, in that case, your intelligence is not reflected.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll give you the example. Like there is a chess game. All of you have played chess game in computer. I hope you have played tic tac toe or chess game or cricket or any other game on computer or mobile.
Yes, sir.
Correct? Okay. So now let us assume that the person who has developed this chess game, who is more intelligent than you, like the organization or group of people. Right now we consider them as a person or group of person. Suppose
Yes,
if you are
sir.
more intelligent than that organization or the group of people, those who have implemented that system, you can definitely beat them by following any set of move. Can you beat or not if you are more intelligent? Because it is ultimately a program and it has to learn from experience. Are you getting what I am saying? So if you follow certain sequence of move and if you can defeat that game, means that game is going to remember the sequence of move which you have followed, and based on that, if you are going to repeatedly perform same sequence of move and try to defeat that game, it will never be defeated. Check what I am saying is correct or not. Like tic tac toe is a very simple game, cross and the circle. So please try to follow some sequence of move and try to defeat. Okay, and then you see by following the same sequence of move, if you are going to perform 2 times, 3 times, it will learn from the experience. It is an experiential knowledge, and it is never going to commit the mistake which it has committed in the past. So this kind of thing you can't expect with the normal algorithm, normal system. So here, when I talk about AI problem, this kind of problem is actually applicable to this system or any kind of application system or real world problem where you really require intelligence. This can only be solved by some expert or person who is going to involve his intelligence in solving that problem, not routine kind of problem we are talking. I hope I have made it clear.
So one more question.
Yeah.
So can we call performance element as a feedback element?
Madam, feedback is means any critics or from environment we have to receive the feedback. Okay, performance element is actually going to see whether the performance has been improved or not, like your efficiency and accuracy at which the way I have said, like if you are going to perform same task repeatedly, it is expected that you should carry out same task with more accuracy and efficiency. Yes or no? With more confidence. Like all of you are
Yes.
teachers, right? All of we are professors. So are we not teaching same subject? Like we are taking new subject also, and we are teaching same subjects also. Like those which are your specialization, you are going to deliver the lectures on their subject. And if you are taking 1 hour previously, it's same topic you have to deliver right now in an online way also or online mode also, you can finish in 45 minutes with same accuracy. Efficiency has been improved or not, or even better accuracy. Yes or no? So
Yes.
performance always improves with a time or not? Madam, as we are gaining experience, do you expect that the performance should be increased or not?
So it will be
Please go ahead. Please ask. Don't worry.
when we talk about learning rate, then
Madam, learning rate is nothing but the IQ. All of you are aware in a class also we have a slow learner, medium learner, fast learner, right? We always classify the student based on their CGPA or CPI. Those who are fast learner, okay, what do you mean by this? Let us assume that your IQ is almost 100%. Whatever I am going to cover in this lecture, you are going to remember almost everything. Those person whose IQ is medium, they are going to remember 50%. And those who are IQ is low, they are going to remember 30%. So what they will do? They have to repeat this PPT twice, or they have to put more efforts. The person whose IQ is less, they have to put more efforts. So what do you mean by this learning rate? If learning rate is low, I have to iterate it more. You have to spend more time. So in system, what should I do? I have to supply data more number of times so that it can learn from data, it will extract the knowledge and retain that knowledge. Have I delivered correct answer? Are you satisfied what I have said?
yes, sir.
Okay, so please remember there is a relationship between learning rate and iteration. Okay, so if your learning rate is higher, iteration would be always lower. And if you keep lower learning rate, because in computer, madam, here we are talking about developing a computer application which exactly act like a human, which act like a think like a human, which will take decision like a human. Right? This is what is AI. So please remember, we are not talking about replacing man with a machine. It's not possible, impossible. All of we are aware that 100% replacement of man with machine is never possible. Rather, this subject of AI, machine learning, and deep learning is about how to develop good synergy between man and machine. Okay, so that you can perform these repeated tasks with more accuracy and more efficiency, and you can focus on more strategic and tactical tasks. Clear? Shall we move forward?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so when I talk about artificial intelligence, you see the word is artificial. That's why I am saying in your domain, you are already familiar, right? Communication and all that, okay? This is where I want to put more time. Please understand this part so that you can easily correlate and you can work with the problem, and for which kind of problem, which kind of analytics you can do, which kind of processing you can do, and which kind of visualization you can do. So when I talk about artificial intelligence, it is not the machine's intelligence. It is the man-made. Okay, so if somebody has developed chess game, and if you are developing a chess game, if you are more intelligent than that person, then your problem is better than his, or your application is better than his or her. Okay, so no one can claim that I am the most intelligent person, because newer generations are much more clever, intelligent than the previous generation. Okay, because they are getting more exposure, more resources, and all that. So any person like Viswanathan Anandan has been beaten by the computer, and he can beat also sometimes. So it purely depends on the other person who has developed that chess game, because that person's knowledge and intelligence is reflected in that. Okay, so ultimately when you play any game, chess game inside in a computer, you are sitting in front of computer, you are getting a feel like you are playing this game with your friend and who is sitting in front of you. But ultimately his knowledge, because this is not the computer's knowledge, it is that person's knowledge who has fit inside that. Are you getting? Okay, so this is the engineering of making intelligent machines and program. When I talk about AI means what? Whatever problems which exist in a today's world that can be solved by human, we expect that similar kind of problem can also be solved by the computer. Okay, through the intelligence provided by the man. So here, no one can claim that this application, what I am developing, is the intelligence or the most intelligence. Other person who is more intelligent than him or her, who has developed that application or system or software, can develop more intelligent program, more better program, more accurate program, more efficient program than the person who has already developed. Right? And there is a sub branch of artificial intelligence, because in AI, the way we learn, right? We were talking about experiential knowledge is nothing but our learning, our adaptation. So the branch of AI where actually the way we learn, computer should also learn. That is called machine learning. Okay. So here you see that huge amount of data need to be passed. In AI, little bit of coding is required. Either you use Python, MATLAB. Okay, you can go for Prolog, Lisp, Java, C++, any of the languages you can use. As you are moving from AI to machine learning, the data requirement would be much more higher, but the programming is going to become lesser. So in machine learning, there is no need to do explicit coding too much. It will learn from data. Okay. And in deep learning, again, it is learning from data without doing any kind of coding, no coding at all. And it has to learn from data itself. You can use ready-made frameworks, which are there in Python or MATLAB. You can use any of the functions. So as you are moving from AI to machine learning to deep learning, complexity increases when you have to move from machine learning to deep learning, right? Like if you have multimedia data like audio, video, image, so here huge number of dimensions, so many features are involved. In that case, machine learning algorithms, I'm not saying it is going to fail or failing. It will take too much time. And the reason why here you should move to deep learning. But again, when you go to deep learning, there is a requirement. First is what? You must have a workstation with GPU or TPU, because GPUs or TPUs have 4,000, 5,000, 10,000 cores. So here you can parallelly process huge amount of data. And the second thing is what? You require huge amount of data. When I say huge amount of data, means big data, terabyte, petabyte, yottabyte amount of data. Okay. And third is you must write efficient algorithm. So these three are the requirement, right? So please remember, when I move from AI to machine learning to deep learning, data requirements are always going to increase. In AI, you can work with MBs of data. In machine learning, you can work up to GBs of data efficiently. I'm not saying impossible, please remember. But when you move to deep learning, you have a terabyte, petabyte, yottabyte amount of data. You need to work in a distributed environment. You have to do the things in a parallel computing way. You can work in a data center or cloud computing, cluster computing. You can have a clusters of computers. They all are working in parallel. Okay, so because you cannot store beyond 1 terabyte data in your individual computer. So if you have a huge amount of data, if you have a complex data, then you should go for deep learning. And there are so many architectures in deep learning, like convolution neural network, recurrent neural network, LSTM, RBF, GAN, autoencoder, transfer learning. So in our computer science, these three are the subjects. Okay, there is a track, machine learning track. So first they have to study AI, then they have to study machine learning, and after that they have to study deep learning. Right? So this is what is the relationship between AI to machine learning to deep learning. So what is intelligence? It's ability to learn, any person's ability to learn, understand, and think. Okay, and there are so many disciplines which are involved when you study this subject AI. You must have a knowledge on philosophy, mathematics, of course, statistics and advanced mathematics like linear algebra, matrix, vector, regression, right? Moving average, time series analysis, exponential smoothing, double exponential smoothing, ARIMA model. These all are required. So advanced mathematics and statistics knowledge, psychology. You must have a good foundation on computer science subject or computer engineering subject like data structures, design and analysis of algorithm, database management system like that. And some of the courses which are related to linguistics, because here you have to perform this natural language processing, and that's why the knowledge on linguistic or language is always required. And plus the problem domain. Problem domain in our case, like all of you are from electronics background, so here you can consider communication system or communication technology. Okay, so any you can take: retail, finance, education, telecommunication, agriculture, education, government, transportation. So problem domain can be any, where you can learn from the data, or the system can learn, understand, and think exactly like human, and it will take the decision like human, so that you are free from routine repetitive tasks and you can focus on more tactical and strategic tasks. Right? So when you talk about intelligence, you see that it is a property or ability attributed to a people. We always call person is intelligent. Okay, who can, it is reflected in his knowledge, in his thinking, when he talks, in his ability to learn and his ability to understand. So intelligence is what? You must have a knowledge, plus ability to perceive, feel, comprehend, process, communicate, judge, and learn. These all are the attribute or the characteristic you can consider. When you put together, it will make a person intelligent. See, I am knowledgeable person, but if I am not triggering thoughts and ideas in my mind, if I am not converting that into action, if I am not taking appropriate, meaningful decision fast, then you are never going to consider as an intelligent person. So for system also, when I talk about intelligence, artificial intelligence means what? It does not just have only knowledge. Rather, it put that knowledge into use and it will take appropriate, meaningful decision fast. Okay. So there is a significance of word artificial because it is a man-made intelligence. As I've said, computer does not have any kind of intelligence. It is the person who is actually developing that application system software. His intelligence or her intelligence is reflected in that system. Okay. And when I say intelligence, only if it learns from the past, it adds up. It is never going to commit same mistake again and again. And basically here we have to convert the data into information and information into knowledge. So when we talk about data analytics, we take the data as an input. When you add the context into data, it will become information. And in information, when you apply the rule, it is going to become knowledge. So for example, all of you have enrolled for this particular STTP. You have been asked to enroll for this STTP. So all of you have entered your first name, middle name, birth date, and your experience and everything. These all are data. But as soon as you have saved your data, it has become one record for your. So this is your information because I have added the context. And now if I want to derive knowledge like how many of you are male, how many of you are female, from which state you are, based on your experience, if I want to segregate, then I'm going to apply the rule. Then I'm going to have a knowledge. Like 60% are female, 40% are male. So if you want to get knowledge out of information, then you have to always apply the rule. Okay, so the subject is all about how to transform data into knowledge. Okay, so that I am having a knowledge. Now based on that, I am a wise person, wisdom. I am an intelligent person, and this intelligence is reflected in my decision making. Fine, and here adaptation should be there, right? Problem solving, you see that you can take any problem and you can solve, and ability to adapt. Adapt means not only learn, but you have to not commit same mistake again, means you are adaptive. Okay. So these are four things like system that think like human, system that think rationally as and when required, system that act like a human, and system that act rationally. So this all you can consider definition of AI. These are more applicable, like system that think like and act like a human. This is what we have to achieve. And how do we ensure that whether the system has achieved this state or not? There's a Turing test. Okay, so in Turing test, you can ask the question, and the question is coming from either computer or it is given by the human. You can't judge. Means you can make a person fool. Actually, the answer is coming from a machine or a computer, but you are mistakenly thinking that the answer has been delivered by some person. Then you can consider the system is intelligent. Okay, so this Turing test is just to check the intelligent level or intelligence level of the system. So if you can make the person fool, that answer is coming from a machine, but he mistakenly think the answer has been delivered by human, then you can consider the system is intelligent. Fine. So this is a field of computer science associated with the concept of machines thinking like human. Okay, to perform learning tasks, problem solving, planning, reasoning, identifying patterns from the huge amount of data. Right. So when you study this subject, when you take any online course from good platform like Coursera or NPTEL or MOOCs or Khan Academy, these are the topics, right? In AI, there are so many possible solutions. Like when you play the chess game, okay, or any other game, tic-tac-toe game, there is an optimal solution. There are so many solutions, but out of that, one is the optimal solution. So you have to search which is the best solution for your problem. For example, traveling salesman problem. A person has to visit all cities and he has to come back to the home city or original city. Okay, in an optimum way. So that total distance travel should be minimum or the cost of traveling should be minimum. So which is the best route? So out of so many solutions, one is an optimal solution. So here you have to apply the searching technique. Like all of you have heard about genetic algorithm, particle swarm optimization, ant colony optimization, heuristic search technique like simulated annealing, hill climbing, A star, AO star, based first search, nearest neighbor algorithm, branch and bound algorithm. These all are the searching technique which you have to study in this subject. then whatever knowledge which we have transferred from data and information, you have to present this knowledge. Okay, so knowledge presentation and reasoning. Reasoning means no one is going to believe if you are not going to give the explanation. Suppose if I am going to say, okay, those who are suffering from cold and fever, they should go for paracetamol. But how are you going to believe? Because you have replaced man with a machine, and if you have entered the symptom, the system has delivered the answer, paracetamol or metacin. But you have to also give the reason, like I have observed 100 patients in the past, and out of that 80 or 90 have been corrected by following this treatment or therapy. So without explanation, without reasoning, without inferencing, no one is going to believe. Please remember, this is the most important part. So a lot of mathematics is involved. And without mathematics, no one can give the reasoning. Right? Planning is also a very important part, all of you are aware. And then it's not plan, it's a planning. You see, it's a continuous activity. So according to the ground realities and situation, you have to change in your plan and you have to make it optimize. That's why it's the planning. Then machine learning, what we are discussing right now, we have to make the machine able to learn. Then natural language processing, like speech to text, text to speech, or from Gujarati to Hindi, Hindi to Tamil, or whatever. Expert system, there are a shortage of experts in this society, all of you are aware. We cannot find expert in each and every corner in the society. And if you want to avail the expertise of that expert to each and every corner of the system or the society, then you have to capture his knowledge and put inside the system. And you have to regularly update that knowledge also by interacting with that person, so that you can make his expertise available to each and every corner of the society. And then you have an application which are related to interacting with the environment, like computer vision, speech recognition, person recognition, mood recognition, robotics, game playing. This all make the subject called artificial intelligence, AI. Okay, so this is what is the relationship between all these topics in AI. You see that robotics, game playing, planning, natural language processing or text analytics, machine learning, right? And of course, logic. Without logic, you cannot work with AI, right? So first thing is you have to study so many kind of logic: fuzzy logic, binary logic, monotonic logic, non-monotonic logic. So first you develop the logic and then you should solve the problem. So here only intelligent person can have a better logic. That's why this subject is about intelligence. Right? So here we require huge amount of data. As I already said, you require the knowledge on statistics and advanced mathematics, computer science subject, domain expertise. Like right now we are talking about communication technology. Okay. You can work with computer vision, and most important functionality is predicting the future. It is called predictive analytics or prediction. So I have a data and I am going to forecast, project, predict the future. Okay. So this is the most popular functionality of machine learning, predictive analytics. So you have a past data and you have to predict or forecast or project the future. And these all are the major components. Expert system, neural network. Can anyone say what do you mean by neural network? Have you heard about neural network? I hope all of you might have heard about this. Anyone has heard about artificial neural networks? Like the way our human brain is working. We have a biological neurons in our system of brain is your biological neural network, and same concept. Okay, if you want to implement inside computer, it is called artificial neural network. So main benefit is parallel processing. Which are the main benefits of human brain? Like right now I am delivering lecture, but in my background so many things which are going in my mind. I am thinking about my family, my friend, department, college. Okay, so same way right now you are attending lecture, but there are so many possible ways in which you can think concurrently. So neural network will take a lot of data and it will classify them into various classes. For example, I am seeing right now screen, this monitor, then I am having keyboard, mouse, table, phone, remote. Okay, so I can take all this data at the same time and I can classify them, means I can recognize the pattern. So this is what is the strength of neural network. Okay, so human brain is good at noise tolerance, classification, association, pattern recognition. So these all are the benefits, and parallel processing. You can think in so many directions at the same time. So computers are not having all these characteristics. Computers are good in computation, precision at which they compute, and the memory. Because as we become old, our biological neuron may die, and based on that, we try to forget. But here computer, once it is stored in a hard disk, and if there are no bad sectors, all of you are aware, it can be stored for whole life. So now when you put logically brain inside computer, when you develop artificial neural network, it's a win-win situation. Because computers are not good in parallel processing. They are always doing sequential processing or central processing. Second thing is they are not in a position to identify the association, recognition, okay, noise tolerance. But human brain is also not good in terms of fast calculation, precision at which they perform the calculation and memory. So when you logically put the brain inside computer, means the way human brain is working, you are going to have a simulation inside computer, then it's a win-win situation. Okay, so here you can take huge amount of data, and based on that you can classify them based on the past learning. Like neural network is obviously based on past learning, all of you are aware. The way we have been trained by our parents and teachers, based on that we are going to react in the future, or right now we are reacting. So that is nothing but a neural network. Genetic algorithm, this is nothing but our the way right now our generation is being created from the parents, and the parents have been created from the grandparents. So gene structure, protein structure, all of you are aware that we inherit the properties of our mother and father. So my skin color, my hair color is obviously going to be dependent of the skin color of my mother and father. Okay. So the child's or offsprings are created from the parents, and it is expected, it is assumed, it is believed that the child is obviously going to be better than the individual mother or father. Why? Because that child inherits the property of both mother and father. So individually, if you are going to compare child is obviously better than the mother or father. So same concept we are going to apply in our computer. If we have a two solution, we are going to combine this two solution with some operator like crossover, mutation and all. And we are going to create a new solution. New solution, we expect that it is better than the previous one. Okay, so there is some fitness function or cost function by which we are going to compare this various solution, and based on that, we are going to create a new solution from the existing solution in the hope that this newly created solution can give you a better optimal result than the past one. That is called genetic algorithm. And then another, you have a concept of fuzzy logic. So computer always works on binary logic, 0 or 1. But in real world, all of you are aware, there is the imprecision is there is uncertainty is there, okay? There is ambiguity is there. So how to deal with that? Then you have to introduce fuzzy logic. For example, if you consider that the height of the person is 6 feet and the person is tall, in computer, right, it is 0 or 1. So if you enter a person's height like me, 5 feet 11 inch, so can you consider me medium or short because of only 1 inch? But in binary logic, there is no option. If you have exactly 6 feet, then you are tall, otherwise you are not tall. So instead of 0 or 1, if you introduce this set membership of value between 0 to 1, okay, then it is called fuzzy logic. So here you can come out of this imprecise and uncertain situation by telling me that you are 95% tall or 98% tall. Okay, so my value is 0.98. So I'm not exactly tall, but I'm nearer to tall. But this is not possible with your binary logic, right? So that's why fuzzy logic has been introduced. So please remember, fuzzy logic is always going to give you set membership of value between 0 and 1, rather than it is working only with 0 and 1, right? So these are the major paradigm of AI. Please remember, artificial intelligence, this is everywhere you are using, and this is applicable largely to your communication system or communication technology. Everywhere I am hearing neural networks, genetic algorithm, fuzzy logic, these are always applicable, and in our PPT also, in all kind of things, you are always using these techniques. These all are the applications, right? Communication, robotics, optimization, control, diagnosis, NLP, computer vision, game playing, and these all are the sectors. Every sector, right? You single area is untouched, not where it is not applicable. So you can see it is applicable in each and every field. So these all are the sectors, area, and domains where this AI and machine learning is applicable. Fine. So this is about machine learning. It enables machine to process data in such a way that it can be used to make future decisions. So please understand, in machine learning, you can perform predictive analytics. You have a past data, means you want to make your future secure based on your past, right? So this is what is a formal definition which is given for machine learning. As I've said, if you are performing repeatedly same task And as you are gaining the experience, it is expected that you can finish that task more efficiently than what you were doing in the past, right? So this is how you can judge whether machine has learned or not. So today, if I am performing similar tasks and I have performed yesterday, day before yesterday, it is expected that today, as I am repeatedly performing the same task, the accuracy and efficiency of this task is better than the yesterday, right? So this is the way you can easily judge whether your system has learned or not. And this branch of AI, it is called machine learning. Okay. So here you can see that it is a system capable of autonomous acquisition. Please understand, autonomous means once you have implemented, it is purely fully automated. No human intervention is required, and it will try to integrate knowledge. So experience plus knowledge, experience plus knowledge. So it will always increase your experiential knowledge. And when I talk about machine learning, if you see the syllabus of machine learning or when you study machine learning, there are 4 important types of learning. Supervised learning, when you have a labeled data. For example, if I say I want to classify your data according to gender, so I am giving this as an output. So it is a labeled data, then it is called supervised learning. Second thing is unsupervised learning. Like I don't have a label, means I don't have an output, but I am just going to segregate all of you based on similarity and dissimilarity. That similarity and dissimilarity is based on the features what I am going to extract, like based on your hobby, based on your income, based on your experience, but there is no output label. Okay, so those who are similar, they will be grouped together based on some distance function like Euclidean distance or any, and those who are different, they can be a part of other cluster. So unsupervised learning is a clustering technique where output is not known, data is unlabeled. Supervised means classification, where your output is known, data is labeled. Third kind of learning is a reinforcement learning, which is used in a robotics and gameplay. Means when you interact with the environment and your actions are based on your past knowledge, what you have acquired, and you are learning based on reward and penalty. Okay, so in game, all of you are aware, if you are going to do things correct, then you will be rewarded, means you can go to next level. But if you are going to commit the mistake, then you have to quit your game, then it is called penalty. So if you learn by interacting in the environment, right? So it is agent-based learning. You can consider there are intelligent agent which always runs in the background, and they interact with the environment, and their actions are based on the knowledge what they acquire. So such kind of learning is called reinforcement learning. So applications are what? The game playing and robotics. They are the application of reinforcement learning. And the fourth type of learning is a semi-supervised learning, which is a combination of supervised as well as unsupervised learning. Right? So here you have a certain data which is labeled, certain data which is unlabeled. For example, I am having certain documents which are labeled and certain documents which are unlabeled. So for documents which are labeled, I am going to apply classification. The documents which are unlabeled, I am going to apply clustering. So in a single application, you have a mixed kind of data, then you can apply semi-supervised learning. So please remember, when I talk about machine learning, you can apply either classification, you can apply clustering. In unsupervised, there is association rule mining is also there. Association rule mining means nothing but you have to find out the relationship between various attributes. Okay, and based on that, you have to take the action. Then you have a reinforcement learning, like your game playing and robotics, which is a very important sub branch. All of you are aware, robotics in electronics and communication is very important sub branch. And then you have a mixed type of learning, that is semi-supervised learning. Okay, so when I talk about AI, as I already said, how do I ensure that my system is intelligent enough? So it must pass the Turing test. Okay, so if you can make the person fool that the answer is coming from machine, but he or she mistakenly think that the answer is coming from a man. Okay, so if any time you make the machine makes you believe it's human, then it is called artificial intelligence. So in artificial intelligence, you have to mimic the human. Human means what? Human brain basically. And it must pass the Turing test. Then that application is called AI-based application. So madam was asking a question at the beginning. Now I hope that you are clear about the answer. So any problem which really require intelligence to solve the problem and that algorithm does not exist, any person can have a better algorithm based on his or her intelligence. Such kind of problem can always be applicable to AI and not routine problem. I hope I have made it clear, madam.
Yes, sir.
Now, are you clear about for which problem AI solutions are applicable? The problem where you really require intelligence and it learns from the past, from the mistake, and they are adaptive also. Okay. So there are no algorithms exist. Based on your intelligence, you can have a better system. Such kind of problem is applicable under AI and machine learning. I hope I have made it clear. If you have any question, you can ask.
Dear participants, if any query, write down in the chat box. I hope, sir, everything is clear, na?
Okay, no problem. Are they enjoying? Is there everything is clear? Means I am making a base proper or not, madam? Please take the feedback. Or should I keep my
Yes,
speed slow? Or are you getting? Are you enjoying? All of you, please give me feedback so that I can accordingly adjust.
yes, sir. Participants written in the chat box. Ki very
Yeah.
nice, sir. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So I am giving more focus, madam, on AI and machine learning, and I have already forwarded this PPT. So later part they can easily correlate. Okay, because I want to give the exposure tool also, so that they can straight away go. So I'm not in a hurry to finish this PPT. Rather, I'm clearing their base, and foundation must be strong so that later on they can correlate with that domain. Okay, because time is very limited. Otherwise, I won't have any problem. So when I talk about machine learning, it is learning from or with experience, right? So as you are gaining experience, you are better in solving that same task repeatedly. So your efficiency and accuracy or the precision at which you are solving the problem is obviously going to increase. Okay. And when I talk about deep learning, you can see without doing any kind of coding, you have to learn from data. So deep learning is self-learning from huge amount of data. It is terabyte, petabyte, yottabyte amount of data. So in machine learning, you can work efficiently up to GBs of data. But if it is beyond GB and if you have a complex structure like image, audio, video, so many features, so many dimensions, then you should obviously go for deep neural network architecture with deep learning. Okay. So in deep learning, machine learning, and AI, lots of data need to be parsed because it has to learn from data itself. And as you are moving from AI to ML to DL, the coding activities will be very less. In deep learning, you can use Python and straight away you can use TensorFlow, Keras kind of libraries, and there are frameworks which are readily available. So it is not like exclusive right of only computer science people, those who can understand. Straight away you can download and there is a function, you have to just change the parameter values, right? So be confident in working with all this framework and everything because things have become very simpler now. And it is not exclusively like it is only the domain of computer science. No, it's not like that. So how you can accomplish AI? You have to study how actually brain thinks, decides, and work to solve the problem. So this is where our artificial neural network comes in the picture. Okay, and in here in AI, the software or system or application that imitate the human thinking behavior, that is copy, duplicate, emulate, or replicate, whatever you are calling. So we are just going to imitate or copy the human thinking behavior inside the computer. So you can think, you can immediately say that this computer is exactly thinking like a human, acting like a human, behaving like a human, taking decisions like a human. Again, I am repeatedly saying I am not replacing man with a machine. Rather, we are developing a good synergy between man and machine with the subject. Okay. So in AI and machine learning, we have to develop system or software that thinks, understand, decide, and solve the problems the way we do. Exactly like human thinking behavior, right? And to achieve artificial intelligence, the machine has to learn. See that? The way we learn, machine has to also learn, and that branch is called machine learning. Okay. So this machine learning has to learn by using this neural network. It is exactly like how our human brain is functioning. That's why neural network is very important component to ML, right? So in supervised learning, as I have already said, we have an input and output both. Okay, so it is used for label data. And unsupervised learning, we have only input and we have to extract the features, and based on similarity and dissimilarity, you have to group. So it is called clustering. So in a supervised learning, you have input and output both. It is used for label data, tech data. But when you talk about unsupervised learning, it is applicable only for the unlabeled data without output. From only input, you are going to segregate the data into groups. Fine. So this ML, it will provide the system the ability to automatically learn and improve the experience without being explicitly programmed. Right. And here you have to focus on the development of computer program that can access data and use it to learn for themselves. So this is what you can consider is a machine learning. right? So it is applicable to computer vision, robotics, NLP. You can see everywhere it is applicable. And here, the development of communication has vastly relied on the theory and model. So it is very important that all of you must be strong in mathematics, statistics, and the theories, right? Any question, anyone? Otherwise, if you can mute your mic, sir. If you have any question, you can straight away ask. Okay, so if you talk about these traditional approaches, let us assume that if you are not aware about AI and machine learning, they have a serious limitations, right? When you think about increasing the complexity of communication network. So, and the reason why this machine learning is now applicable to your all kind of communication technology, especially in the wireless communication, and that's why we are talking about today the 5G part, right? So whether you talk about digital communication or wireless communication or your ad hoc network or routing problem, right? Everywhere you can see now this AI and machine learning. And when I say AI and machine learning, means all the components of that: searching, optimization, planning, right? Like learning, neural network, fuzzy logic, genetic algorithm. These all are applicable. Okay, and you can combine this ML with your adaptive signal processing, coding and modulation techniques, fuzzy set theory, genetic algorithm, evolutionary computation. So this all you can work. So this is a hybridization of technology. Please remember, your technology has to be combined with this. Means whatever limitation of that technology in which you are working in communication system or communication technology has to be overcome by machine learning. Right? So either you are going to make it optimize, either you are going to make it efficient, accurate, precise, optimize. So please remember, when you hybridize to technology or when you apply AI and machine learning to your communication system or communication technology, the limitations which are there existing with your network or routing or whatever, it has to be overcome. Okay, and for that reason, you are doing the hybridization. Right? So this is the application of machine learning. Okay, recommendation. All of you are getting the recommendation in your Facebook or your various kind of social media, Instagram and all that. It's nothing but one kind of prediction. So based on your past search, okay, the advertisements are going to be pop up. But how many of these advertisements are going to be click and then they are going to be converted into sell? This is very important. So please remember, these recommendations are just they're making recommendation, but how many recommendations are going to be converted into these cells? This is very important. In computer vision, because you are also dealing with this image processing and your audio, video, and all that. So computer vision is a very important object identification, object classification, object detection, object tracking, movement of object. Okay. Then the self-driving car, which is the latest project, you can see that here also this deep learning architectures are being used, and in every area, healthcare, social media, okay, NLP, everywhere this ML is used. So now let us talk about role of ML in your communication. So you can use it for signal detection, channel encoding and decoding, estimation of channel, prediction, compression, end-to-end communication. Okay, it's a two-point communication, a resource allocation. So this all are the areas where you can either make the things optimize, either you can make the things efficient, accurate, precise. And the reason why you are doing the hybridization, right? That's why you are applying ML. So try to see this is what is role of ML in a communication. So in communication network, you talk about wireless communication, you talk about this general smart infrastructure IoT, you talk about image and video communication, security and privacy. You see that everywhere. This all are the areas, and this is where you can contribute a lot by applying AI and ML techniques. Okay, starting with routing to traffic identification, then the inference control, and then your power control, satellite, localization, channel estimation, okay, monitoring and forecasting, smart grid, fault prediction and scheduling, smart city, green IT, resource management, emergency communication, image and video coding, compressed domain, surveillance, tracking, search, fraud detection, privacy preserving, spam, right? So spam is basically classification, like the way we have a inbox and spam email. Okay, so when new email comes, based on the probability what it has calculated in past, either it can go to spam or it can go into index folder. So it is basically a binary classification problem. So without machine learning, right, ultimately we are using all that, but we were unaware. Okay, and in some area, still you can apply machine learning because there is a scope for the improvement in terms of either optimization, you can make it optimize, efficiency you can enhance, accuracy you can enhance, or you can make it more precise. So if you talk about IoT and all kind of sensors, you see so many subjects and so many things are involved. Okay, so sensor is just going to sense the data. They are just going to continuously sense the data and collect through cloud. So now the cloud computing will come in the picture. It will be stored in a data center. Now I have to process this data to get the insight. So there is a data analytics subject. In data analytics, processing is always done by machine learning. So it is either supervised or unsupervised form of learning. So see how many subjects are involved. Even if you talk from front end about IoT, but when you talk about IoT, including cloud computing, data analytics, and then machine learning, all subjects have been involved. Right. So this all are the areas. This is where you can apply machine learning. Right. So please make sure that here you can make machine learn from data, and it will take the decision the way we are taking. So right now, the way you are doing simulation and you have to guide, like a lot of human intervention is there, whether you work with NS2, NS3 or any other kind of tools. Okay, everything has to be entered by you, and then you have to perform trial and error. This is what somebody was discussing or some madam was telling. So it's not like trial and error here in this case, right? So this is where the role of ML is going to be there. So this is where you can apply in a routing. You can see that machine learning is to solve routing problems, and it will find out the shortest path routing, adaptive routing, and multicast routing. You can use reinforcement learning. You can see that it will learn from the environment. So this agent is going to run in a background, and it will decide the routing policy, which balances between the route length as well as possibility of congestion along with the popular routes. Right? In genetic algorithm, by applying genetic algorithm, you can create better solutions from the existing solutions. So this is what I was discussing. So here you can have a existing route and you can combine and you can make a new route. Okay, so you can tackle the multicast routing problem. Okay, by using the genetic algorithms. And same way you can also apply this in a mobile ad hoc network, where these all mobile nodes are temporarily connected and they are exchanging the information. So you can construct this, and this multicast trees kind of problem you can address by applying the genetic algorithm. So this is what is a role of machine learning in a routing. You can see that all such kind of problem you can solve by applying the various components of either artificial intelligence or a machine learning. Quality of service you can enhance by applying machine learning. Traffic prediction. Okay, so as I have said, you have past data. Either you can apply any classification algorithm or a regression algorithm or pure statistical approach like ARIMA model, exponential smoothing, double exponential smoothing, moving average. These all are the various models which are used for prediction. Okay, so it is a research. If somebody would like to pursue PhD, or those who are already PhD and they want to just supervise their scholar, you can try at something. You need to predict the traffic, and you just work with all kind of classification, this regression technique and statistical approach. Which one is best? So at the end of fourth year, they can produce the work. Like if I have to predict the traffic by applying this all techniques in machine learning, which technique is best? This is how you can supervise the dissertation, or you can supervise the PhD purpose. Okay. Same way you can apply neural network for your variable bit rate video traffic prediction. Okay. So here neural networks means first you have to do classification. It is called descriptive data mining or descriptive analytics. And from what you have learned, what you have gained the knowledge, you can forecast, predict, project the future. Okay. So this will dynamically allocate throughput for real-time video applications. Okay, and machine learning can also recognize statistical pattern in your traffic data, and you have to analyze your packet header and your flow level information so that you can have certain patterns which you can learn by applying statistical techniques. right? Whether it is standard deviation or variance or median and all these things you can apply, regression and all that. You can enhance the efficiency of wireless network, okay, by applying the machine learning methods. So here also neural network is applicable, okay. So it is used to find out the channel response in its output, okay, to make the efficient and reliable opportunistic spectrum access. Several approaches based on supervised, unsupervised, or reinforcement learning have been proposed. So here you can apply to enhance the efficiency in your wireless network. Okay, so you can reduce your peak to average power ratio in your OFDM kind of wireless systems. So yes, you can apply supervised, unsupervised, semi-supervised, any kind of these techniques or even reinforcement learning approach. Security and privacy, right? So yes, you can also work with this nowadays blockchain technology. You can combine with machine learning, and here you can also use machine learning and deep learning. These approaches can be applied to specific data challenges, and they are used to build a sustainable model for privacy of your data and the protecting your data based on the context, mapping of relationship and data flow across the various nodes in a network. So yes, machine learning algorithms can also be applicable for enhancing the security and privacy of your network or of your data center, right? In image and video communication, right? So signal compression is one of the important field. All of you have already worked. Many of you might work on that. So yes, you can apply this machine learning approach. You can see that machine learning techniques or the methods have been proposed to estimate the subjective quality of images perceived by the human. So yes, you can enhance the quality of image by applying this machine learning and deep learning kind of technology. Okay. In signal compression also, we can use this kind of applications. In IoT and smart infrastructure, as I already said, right? Of course, these all sensors are going to sense the data, but ultimately when it is stored in your data center, in your storage area network in a cloud, you have to get the insight, and this is not possible unless and until you apply the processing or analytics is done by the machine learning algorithm. So this all kind of smart infrastructure and IoT application in a background, always it is a machine learning, right? Otherwise, you are never going to have a better insight about your data, right? And these machine learning algorithms are also used, okay, to determine the safe device behavior and general usage patterns, to find out general usage pattern, to spot and block abnormal activities. See that in a IoT network. Here you can also use to analyze sensor data and determine the action based received data. On received data, you can take some action. So it's called context aware computing. In context aware computing, computer, devices, and entities, all they are working together, and according to the situation, they are taking a decision, right? So this is also a branch of AI, context aware computing, right? So here also in IoT, you can use it, a machine learning algorithm, to analyze all the sensor data, so that automatically, without any human intervention, you can determine the action based on your received data. Okay, and you can also develop optimized IoT network and devices based on your computer vision and NLP kind of concepts of machine learning. Fine. So this is where efficient resource and energy consumption, like Google. Google is already using this machine learning to reduce its energy consumption by 30 to 40% by DeepMind. So this DeepMind is a deep neural network architecture which is used for your energy optimization. Okay. So efficient resource and energy consumption or energy optimization also, machine learning algorithm can be used. So in data centers, you can see that including Google, all of them have practically implemented, and right now they have achieved 40% better efficiency. Okay, or their power or energy have been saved by 40%. So yes, ML can also be used for efficient resource and energy consumption. And of course, this is what you are talking about, 5G. So we are moving from 100 Mbps to 100 Gbps networks. So now you can consider, like, if you are working with 5G technology, then your ability to process the data is very fast. The ability to transfer the data is very fast. So you can provide more data very fast to AI algorithm. So based on that, AI algorithm is obviously going to process this data very fast, and it will provide the better insight, or it will give you a good value out of the data. Okay. So when you talk about the smart 5G mobile terminals, they are expected to autonomously access the most spectral bands with the aid of sophisticated spectral efficiency, learning, and inferences. Okay, and machine learning can also help to control the transmission power while relying on energy efficiency learning, inference. Okay, and simultaneously adjusting, it is also adjusting the transmission protocol with the aid of quality of service in learning or inference. So here, if your data rates are high, okay, because your 5G is going to work from 100 Mbps to 100 Gbps network, so it is better for AI algorithm to process data fast as it is receiving data fast. This is what you can consider this as a next generation wireless network, right? Same way you can apply for channel equalization. So this machine learning techniques. Okay, so this machine learning based equalizers have been proposed, and they are better than the traditional equalizers as an alternative. Okay, to your classical or traditional equalizers, and they will provide, or they have already provided, significant performance improvement in all kind of communication channels. So yes, you can use it in a digital communication for channel equalization. And of course, you can use neural network for coding, decoding, and error correcting codes, right? So neural network has already been successfully used in the area of coding, decoding, and error correcting codes. Okay, so as I was saying about neural network, it is parallelly working. So that's why the biggest advantage of neural network is parallel processing. And here in coding, decoding, and error correcting codes, if you apply neural network, all parallel computations and calculations are to be performed, and based on that, you will get high computation speed. And of course, they are adaptive and flexible also, because neural network is the most robust classifier. Okay, so even in the presence of noisy data, it will work, and it will of course learn from past, and it is going to adapt, and it will also remain flexible at the same time. So you can use neural network in a spread spectrum applications also, like CDMA, like the way we have a GSM and CDMA, two kind of network or network technology. You can use for this CDMA, okay, signal. So here we can come out from this channel noise, okay, which is assumed to be Gaussian, and the multiple access interface also. So here the limitations in terms of the receiver side is that the performance decreases, okay, relatively. So this you can overcome by applying the machine learning application. So yes, you can apply to the CDMA network technology also, the neural networks kind of things. You can see that at the receiver side, so that its performance you can make it stable, right? It should not decrease with the time, right? So these are called neural receivers, okay, and they are adaptive also. And these neural networks are also going to track the changing communication environment, and they are also going to adapt the unknown user parameters such as unknown spreading codes. These all things are possible. You can see that. You are better aware because you are from the domain. I am from the technology domain, so you can easily understand how you can apply the neural network in a CDMA kind of network technology. You can also use it for nonlinear channel modeling and identification. Okay, so these machine learning algorithms can be applicable or can be applied to system modeling and identification. Okay, and they can approximate arbitrarily well all continuous real valued functions. Okay, so you can use it for receiver design, computer simulation, performance evaluation, okay, or communication channel, diagnosis of this communication channel, and the fault detection in a communication channel. Everywhere you can apply this machine learning. You can use it for vector quantization and image processing. Okay, so again, you can see neural network is the most promising component because the main benefit wherever you can achieve parallel computing, because by default you are always doing sequential computing with your computer. So in your electronics and any kind of communication or communication technology and system, wherever you can enhance the performance with a parallel computing, you can always consider a neural network is a promising component of machine learning, which will always enhance the efficiency to a large extent. Okay. So neural network, due to their massive parallel structure and high degree of interconnections, okay, and their capability of learning and self-organizing, these all are the benefits of neural network. Okay, they can process this huge amount of image data, and that's why it is also possible to work with audio, video, image, and computer vision. Okay, so your whole deep neural network or deep learning is based on this neural network concept. We are enhancing this neural network, traditional neural network, by having more hidden layers. So you will be getting deep learning, deep training, thorough training, right? This is what is the concept of deep learning. And you can also apply this for non-linear signal processing. Okay, so this is about your 5G. I'll quickly move to this and then immediately I'll show you the tool for the last 10 to 15 minutes, because you need to learn machine learning, and at least once you are aware about the tool, you can watch the video, YouTube video, and you can learn that. So right now we are talking about 5G. Okay, so this is a wireless standard after your 4G. We are going to witness soon in India, as I have said, from 100 Mbps, you are going to move to the 100 Gbps network. And this is designed to connect virtually everyone and everything. Okay, so you can think about machine, objects, and devices, all will be connected. And here, as we have discussed, data transfer speed is 10 times faster than your 4G. Okay, so this will impact machine learning system using AI application. We will be able to analyze data much more faster, because if the data is provided faster, then this machine learning algorithm can also take it faster, because you can apply parallel processing with machine learning, neural network, and all that. And thus it will learn from this data and make necessary improvement much more faster. Right. So this 5G facility, of course, has a wider adaptation of AI. So these all are the functionality characteristic of 5G. To deliver higher multi-Gbps peak data speed, ultra low latency. You can see latency is the biggest issue right now, including in cloud computing. That's why we are talking about edge computing. Okay, so there is no need to wait and refer the data from the hard disk of the data center, because otherwise it will take a lot of time. So data is storing at the edge of the computer, so you can actually take and process that data from the edge of the computer. That is your edge computing. Reliability is more, okay, due to this your massive network capacity, because it's a 100 Gbps network. Availability is going to increase. Okay, and more number of users can be connected and they can parallelly access and process the data. Fine. So this is how you can see that the factory part and smart transportation and public networks and this massive IoT, okay, smart cities, and this all kind of project, and smart parking kind of project, and private networks and extreme broadband, indoor enterprises. You can see that everybody is going to be connected through this 5G, and this is what is the vision. And you can see that $13.2 trillion in goods and services you want to achieve with this 5G technology by 2035. So this is all are going to be the benefit of 5G network management. By using AI, you can enhance the service quality. You can have a higher network efficiency. Okay, you can have a simplified deployment, and you can have an improved network security. So this all will be the benefits you will be witnessing soon as this 5G technology is going to be made available. And this is what is the role of AI, right? So anyhow, you have to hybridize this your 5G with AI, and you can witness and realize all this benefit what is being stated here. Right, so everywhere you can see that you can enhance the service quality, you can enhance the efficiency. So you are making it optimized, efficient, accurate, precise, right? Improved network security. So every time you will always get an improvement when you hybridize AI with your communication system or communication technology. So this is your 5G plus intelligent wireless edge, and this is if you want to make intelligent wireless edge, you have to always add AI and you have to add machine learning. So it's a on-device AI processing augmented by edge cloud, as I have said. So there is no need to process data from cloud. It will be available at the edge of your own machine computing device. This is what is possible with 5G plus AI. Okay, so it is called on-device AI processing. Like previously, we had a cloud, so you have to access data from cloud. Okay, now we are talking about on-device. So it will be made available at the edge of your device. That's why it's an edge computing. Okay, so you'll be having new experience, new verticals. Okay, this processing over 5G data is going to become very fast. Customize and local views, private and public networks you can make participate. Personalization, reliability, efficiency, immediacy, privacy and security all will be enhanced, okay, at your device level. This is what is your edge cloud. Okay, this is what your on device. So this is what is a past. You can see that cloud centric AI. Now we are talking about on device. Okay. So today partially distributed AI is there, but ultimately our goal is on device, and this is only possible with 5G. So it is future is fully distributed AI with lifelong on device learning. Right. So this is what is a role of AI and machine learning, which it can play with your 5G wireless communication technology or system. So these all are the challenges which are to be overcome with AI, right? Hard to model the problems, computationally infeasible for optimal solution or optimal solution. This is also to be addressed. Efficient modern parameter optimization and dealing with non-linearity. So these all are the challenges in your wireless network or any kind of wireless technology, including 4G, 5G and all. And this is where the AI can play the role to overcome all that challenges. So this is what is the strength of AI. Right. So here you can represent for hard to model kind of problem. You can have a modeling for non-linear function also, and you can find near ideal and computationally realized solution very fast. Okay. So you have to make AI enabled wireless communication. Okay. Or you can consider 5G enabled wireless communication or AI enabled 5G wireless communication. Okay. So this is what is my on device AI improves the 5G end-to-end system. Okay, so you have enhanced device experience, improved system performance, better radio security. This is what you can achieve by applying AI or machine learning, right? When I say AI, I am talking about superset. So machine learning and deep learning are the subset of that. So of course, machine learning means supervised, unsupervised, semi-supervised, or reinforcement learning is always applicable. Okay, so you can have a spectrum sensing and access, contextual awareness, environment sensing. Fine. I have already circulated this PPT. Kindly go through it in detail. Okay, so here you can have a 5G device experience. So you can have a deep reinforcement learning example. So here you can see that when I talk about reinforcement learning, there is always an agent and it has to learn from environment. And it is the action, and based on your action, either you are given the reward or penalty. Okay. So this is how you can actually work. So you can have more power saving, you can have better beam management. So I'll now move to the tool, which I am going to quickly share with all of you. It is very simple to learn, and you can do all kind of machine learning with all of your data in any of the formats. You can perform text analytics, you can perform image analytics, okay, and you can perform the data analytics also. Up to this point in time, any question? I hope I have satisfied your need and the purpose. At least you should get a feel of how AI and machine learning can help in your domain. This is in a short duration and time. I hope I have made it clear to all of you, or at least I have created the base. Quick feedback.
participants have.
Madam, I'm not getting your voice clearly. If you can come again.
They are writing yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Okay, so now I'm moving to the tool. Okay, so kindly share this PPT remaining 4-5 slides because we don't have a time now. So there is a tool called Orange Canvas. This is developed in a Python. So please note down the tool is Orange Canvas 3.26, which is the latest version. Straight away you can go to Google, you type Orange Canvas 3.26 and then you can download the Windows version if you have Windows, or if you have Mac or Linux, appropriately you can download that version. So here you will be getting so many facilities. You can see here my data access part is there, and visualization, see this. Then you have a various model, supervised model. Okay, this is my model part. Then you have a evaluation part, then unsupervised. You see, these all are machine learning. Try to see. Then you have a prototypes. Okay, then you have a image analytics. You have a time series. You can see these all components which you can use for your time series analysis. Here you can use it for text, textable. Then you have a text mining. You can see you have a Twitter interface. You have a New York Times interface. Right, so there are so many interfaces. You can take your data from any documents also. You can use any corpus. You can perform sentiment analysis. You can have a tweet analysis. So many things are there. Okay, see this, all these things are there. So let me quickly show you. All videos for this is available in this particular tool also. When you open, there are tutorials. If you click on tutorial, it will give you all the videos how to use the tool. So here my purpose is just in last 5-10 minutes to create the awareness, how simple it is to use. Okay, so once you are familiar, you can just create a workflow and you can straight away use for any kind of your data of your communication technology or system or any other data for your day-to-day life, and you can do the analytics on the data. So for example, I am selecting file. Okay, so you have to just click and it will create one instance. Now right click and you have to open the file. So you can browse and you can take your file. Okay, so here there are so many options. You can see here, if you have a CSV file, comma separated value file, you can take from here. Various data sets you can take from here. If your data which is stored in database, you can use SQL interface. Okay, so here it is by default in a table form. You can see that dot tab. Otherwise, you have to convert this into dot tab form. So if you have any format of data, you have to convert that into dot tab and you can straight away use. So right now I am having one file like iris dot tab. So here you can see I am having 150 record. I have a total 5 attribute. Out of that 4 numerical. See this, 4 numerical and 1 categorical. And these categorical attributes have 3 categories: iris setosa, iris versicolor, iris virginica. Okay, so this is my overall data set. 5 attribute. Out of that 4 are numerical, 1 is categorical. This categorical has 3 class, right? Like you have a male, then male and female. So here it is like this target class has 3 class label. So suppose if I want to visualize the data, then there is a data table. So I have to click data table and then I have to connect this circle to circle. And here you can visualize the data. Okay, so you can see that this blue color is one class, red color is another class, and green color is class 3. Okay, so you have this data. Now suppose if I want to visualize this data in terms of various graph chart. Okay, so I can use scatter plot. So try to see, I'm just going to connect the file with scatter plot. And here you can see. So what should be your x-axis and y-axis? All of you are aware. Out of all attribute, you are not concerned about each and every attribute or dimension. So you are concerned about to analyze the data with respect to 2 dimensions, for example. So here you can choose your x-axis and y-axis from this combo box. So here you can see that I am having 3 class: iris setosa, blue color, iris versicolor, and iris virginica, red color and green color. So here I can easily segregate this value, but here there is a lot of overlapping. So here I cannot just put a line and I can separate the data into green and this red part due to a lot of overlapping. You see that? So here there is a more class of misclassification, but this class is clear-cut segregated, so there is less chance of misclassification. Try to see. So here you can analyze your data in a 2-dimensional plane. Try to see. Same way, if I want to see in a 3-dimensional plane, then I should go for linear projection. Okay, so this linear projection is going to give you the feel of your data in a 3 dimension. So you can take most important 3 dimension and you can visualize this data in a 3 dimension. You can see, so this is my 3D view of my data. Fine. and you can see, and like this is outlier. You see, these all values are nearer, but this value is further away. So what should I do? I have to choose this by clicking a mouse, and I have to connect this with data table. So here that value you can easily see. So I can see this whole record. So for example, this is a student's marks. Let us assume this is student marks, and this student is having the lowest mark or highest mark. I want to see his behavior. Or this is a fraud. This is the abnormal behavior which is not similar to something. So this is my outlier. So I'm just going to select and I'm just going to connect with. So I'll be getting whole record of that student, like who is having this lower mark or higher mark or abnormal behavior. Okay. Same way, you have a free visualization where you can rotate by 360-degree. So this is my free visualization. So I'm just connecting my file with pre-visualization and I'm just going to click start. You can see that you can rotate your data by 360-degree and you can take any aerial view of your data and you can watch any of the objects. Okay, what is their behavior, how they behave, in which dimension you want to keep at your front, okay, at your side, which dimension you want to keep your back. So you can see, you can enlarge, you can make. So see this. So this is your free visualization. You can have a histogram. This is your box plot. You can also have a distribution, which is your histogram. So you have to just simply connect. So here you will be getting your histogram. See this? And this is my box plot. So all of you are aware about box plot. It will give you minimum value, maximum value, median, value at first quartile, value at third quartile, right? So it is 5-number summary. So you can use it. Apart from that, you have so many visualization technique like heat map, okay, radar chart. All of you are aware about that. Then silhouette plot. Okay, so many things are there. You can try and you can see this. Now let me show you quickly the classification part. So suppose I want to classify this data, then I'm going to connect this with test and score. Don't worry about this. Everything has been explained in your tool. Okay, and now I am going to use any classifier like neural network. For example, I am going to use neural network as a classification algorithm. So here I am going to connect this test and score with confusion matrix. This will be the output of my classification. And when you click here, you can see that all my 150 records, okay, are classified into these various classes. So this is actual and this is what system has predicted. So this is my confusion matrix. You can see that. So this cross diagonal is actual value and this all values are misclassified. Okay, so this is how you can see the classification. Same way you can see the clustering. So you can connect this file with clustering algorithm like k-means. Okay, and here you can click. So this is how I have divided my data into group. You see, based on similarity and dissimilarity, the values have been divided into 3 groups: green, blue, and red. Okay, so I can randomize the position and then I can recompute the centroid. So this is the central value of all the objects which are belonging to this cluster. This is a centroid value of all the objects belonging to this cluster, and this is a centroid value belonging to this cluster. So if new sample comes, it will compare with the centroid value of all the 3 cluster, and whatever is nearer, the new sample will be a part of this group. Right? So please try. This is called clustering. This is your classification. You can see also the prediction also. I can show you prediction quickly. So this is what is my prediction. I am going to apply the model which I have learned, and I am going to apply my data. So here you will be getting the prediction. So see this, I'm getting prediction with probability. So this is what is my accuracy of prediction. Here you see classification accuracy. And this is for all 150 record along with their probability. Like first sample 100% probability it should fall in class 1. Okay. Same way here you can see there is a probability which is lesser. 70% probability, but there is a 30% probability that this sample will belong to some other class. See this? So for all 150 record, it will also give you the probability of being for that sample to be in a specific class. So this is what is your machine learning. So please, this is the most simple tool, or the simplest tool. There are all videos available, YouTube videos available. You have to just invest your time and you have to learn this workflow. And based on that, you can do the prediction, you can do classification, you can do clustering, all kind of things can be done. Okay, so please understand your domain and our technology. So the subject is not theoretical, you have to learn practically. And there are so many such kind of tool you can find there. Rapid Miner is there, Vika is there, Tenebra is there, Cipina is there. Okay, so you can try and work with any of the tool, but this is the most simpler one and which will facilitate all machine learning facilities. So at least you can work and you should work with Orange Canvas. Thank you so much. If you have any question, I am ready to answer. And I hope I have made your expectation and I have delivered the content as per the topic and title. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, sir, for the nice session. Really, the session was very practical and informative.
So, madam, I was having limited
But
time. In 1.5 hours, 90 minutes, right? Otherwise, if I would have much more time, then we would explore this tool in much more detail, as well as I would have covered PPTs in detail also. But in this limited time, I have tried maximum to deliver, right? Thank you so much again for providing the opportunity. And I hope all of you are going to work with tool, and at any point in time you face a difficulty, you can immediately send an email, send me a WhatsApp, and I'll immediately help you also.
okay,
So our association and bond is lifelong, right? We are attached now with a chemical bonding.
if you have any query, you may write in the chat box, please.
Good morning, sir. Hello.
Morning. Morning,
Hi,
ma'am.
sir.
Please go.
Sir, quite a good session, sir. Sir,
Thank
I
you,
have
ma'am.
one question. Sir, actually, I am doing my PhD work, so but I am working on a MATLAB. So I just want to ask, because nowadays,
Lecture transfer.
so nowadays everything is on Python and artificial intelligence, and we are like people are switching over to more towards the open source domain. So,
Of
so
course.
is it good to work on software like MATLAB, or it is better to switch over to some open source domain, sir?
Madam, open source community is very big, and if everybody is moving towards open source, if you are facing any problem, people are ready to help you. Okay, there is
Okay,
no problem. We are not marketing for any tool. MATLAB is
okay,
equally confident, and they are also coming up with new framework, libraries, functions. So, but
okay.
maximum people are working in a Python. So, if
Yes,
any
sir.
point in time, if you are getting stuck, and if I am not working with MATLAB, of course,
Yeah,
and I am working
yeah.
with Python, then obviously I can help you, and I will help you in terms of Python, but not with MATLAB.
Sure, sir.
And
Okay, sir.
everybody is not ready to invest, madam. Like
Yeah,
everybody, you have to
exactly.
invest upfront a huge
Yeah.
cost to connect with it. And there is a
Yes, sir.
renewal cost also.
Yes, sir.
So please remember, if you have better facilities available at without any cost, you have to not pay anything upfront, and you have a
Yes,
full
sir.
community to support. You just raise your query, and thousands of people are going to give the solution also.
Yes,
So
sir.
now you think in which technology and with which language should I go?
Yes, sir. Sir, one more question. Sir, like if we are doing anything on artificial intelligence, so there are so many, algorithms available. Like we are having, even for machine learning, also we are having particle swarm and we are having ant colony. So, like if I want to find out the optimization for any network, so is it that I have to apply for all the algorithm first and then check the result, or there is some
Okay,
other process?
madam, are you good always under all situations?
I'm sorry, sir.
Are you good? Are you always good under all situations? Can any
No,
person is
sir.
always good? So
No,
are you
no, no,
getting
no, sir. Definitely,
why
definitely
there
not, sir.
these all algorithms have been involved?
Okay, sir.
Because there are different kind of data, and for
Yeah.
different context, different algorithm is performing in a different way.
Okay,
Okay,
sir.
so
Yeah,
this
sir.
is where this is a research, madam.
Okay,
That's
sir.
why you have to carry out research. That for this kind of data, which optimization algorithm is better. So
Yes, sir.
initially it is trial and error when you are learning. But once you have an experiential knowledge, now you are aware that with this characteristic of data, genetic algorithm is better, or with
Yes,
this
sir.
characteristic of data, and colony is better. So
Sure,
you
sir.
cannot become skilled overnight. You have to work with all that. You have to understand the characteristic of algorithm. You have to understand the characteristic of data, and both are matching. Then it will give best result. It is called compatibility. This is what we call chemistry between people.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Yeah, thank you, sir. Sir, can I have your number, your email ID, please, in the
Madam, you
chat
just
box?
go to Google. You to go to Google and type Dr. Amit Ganatra from Chalu site.
Okay, sir.
Madam has not
Thanks.
pronounced my surname correctly. It's Ganatra.
Okay, sir.
It's Amit Ganatra. Okay, so you
Okay.
just type in Dr. Amit Ganatra and Chalu Site University. You will get my whole profile, including mobile number,
Sure.
email address. Or you
Sure,
visit
sir.
our Chalu Site website. You will
Sure,
get
sir. Sure,
everything
sir.
about me.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you very much, dear participants. And sir, thank you very much, you too.
Thank you, ma'am. Welcome.
Participants, kindly turn on your cameras for a minute so that we can take a group photograph. Done. Thank you, all of you.
If you would have met
Thank you,
physically,
Amit
then it
sir.
would have been much more better. Right?
Thank you,
I am
Amit sir.
missing those days. I am missing those days, madam. We would have met physically, then it would have been much more better.
Yes, sir.
Right? So it's always our pleasure and privilege to meet all learned people from all the domain. Right? So thank you so much again.
Okay. Thank you, participants. We will log in the next session.